All right. Welcome everybody back. 100 Proof Whitetails, episode 60. That was a weak ass cork pop.
It was a weak ass cork pop.
Hopefully the juice is better. So, episode 60 of 100 Proof.
Try it again.
A little better.
I just pulled it out slowly.
Yep. So, we got giveaway tonight.
So 60. Comment in.
Comment in. We are giving away a quarter acre of seed, a Bushnell trophy cam, and a knife.
100 proof knife.
We're going to spread the love.
I don't know. Did we pimp out the knives yet?
We did not. If you want to
We got the knives.
dial that up.
Nicely engraved. If you don't win, they are $20 a piece. Just PM us and we'll can you see it good?
Yeah. Right about there. 100 proof whitetails. Engraved.
Engraved.
Doop doop.
20 bucks a pop. If anybody's interested.
Mm-hmm. Nate is the master engraver extraordinaire.
Master engraver.
Yep. So
I did that with a chisel and a hammer.
One at a time.
One at a time. There's a limited amount.
There is.
What we got? 10?
I was gonna say a dozen, but 10 sounds more right. Yeah, because yours and mine made the dozen. That's what it was.
Yeah.
So, yep, we got that going on. We're gonna pimp up the runnings event. Make sure everybody knows about that. Not this Saturday, but the Saturday after. 15th. 15th. 15th, and then we had Nora's birthday party. We can talk more about that later. And then, drum roll please, we got asked to take over the Shed Fest. So
100 proof will be putting on the Shed Fest.
Yep. I know, I'm sure Billy and them guys will still be, in some capacity there at the event that day and stuff like that. But organizing, setting up sponsors, so if you're interested, donating product, gear, etc. I got to reach out to Jim Wilkes to see if because he did custom antler lamps last year for a giveaway.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm sure they'll want to do it and obviously come to the event.
Yeah, they had a pretty cool find the other day.
Yeah, that was wild, dude. I think that could, possibly take best category.
It's gonna be tough to beat that one.
Yeah, that's a once in a lifetime type find, generation type find, dude. I mean, I don't know if I've ever seen
And
another one from New York,
especially, yeah, that was pretty wild.
especially the caliber of deer.
Yeah, 2 bucks locked up, died.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So, um, yeah, it's going with that. So that's gonna be April. I'll make sure I get the date right. We were just talking about it. I should know it. April 13th at it's in Livonia at Solitude Brewing. Billy had already set the date and the location, got that booked up, so we're gonna take point on it and keep the Shed Fest rolling because a lot of folks like it, dude, and I like that it's a little closer. That's helpful for us, and
Yeah.
we'll see if we can get Heritage of them guys to possibly do some sponsorship stuff. I know I'll probably do some seed,
Mm-hmm.
probably some of the 100 proof brassica mix, the turnip mix or whatnot. But and then I'm sure we'll do some stuff too from 100 proof, whether it's shirts and stuff. Oh yeah, shirts should be coming in too.
Yeah, they're at the shop. They're getting worked on.
Yep. So if anybody's interested in
I already
shirts,
got 2 sold.
yep. Anybody interested in shirts, knives, we got that. The new engraved knives. If anybody hasn't heard about that since you tuned in.
I had a request about merch.
Mm-hmm.
Um, camouflage beanies.
Camo beanies.
So that was the request.
What do we do a patch with them, or do you think we do like engraved like we did last time, or not engraved, but embroidered?
Mm. What do you mean, like a patch?
Like an actual like patch, like a patch hat.
Oh, like we put them on?
Yeah, like either a leather patch. Well, they could stitch them on, but like a leather patch or something with 100 proof, or I guess we'll have to think on that.
Let's see. See what the pricing is.
Hmm. So I think that'll be pretty good. Um,
Also, I think we should do thermoses.
oh, like a Yeti,
Yeah, like the
the
we
Yeti
just had
cups.
them up there.
I
Oh,
know.
they're over
Yeah,
there.
I clean
What do
them
they call
off.
them? Tumblers? What do they call
Yeah,
these things?
tumblers, tumblers.
We need to get some of these made up.
Yeah, that don't say Whitetail Properties, just say 100 proof
Yeah.
with the logo on it. Yeah, I think that'd be pretty good. And but yeah. So episode 60, and then I was looking back. I think we were at 29 episodes with the first name. So 29 plus, this is episode 60 now with 100 proof. That's not counting all the live events at like Q&amp or the improv stuff. That's actually like physical episodes. So
Man, I figured you and Keith put on a little show here.
yeah, that's all right.
Did you?
I mean,
Did you do one of the tastings?
mm-mm.
Oh.
What? Well, because you came home, you came here. Yeah,
I
you
came home.
came home
I
before I
came
got
home.
home. You
Came to the 100 proof home.
came to the 100 proof house, and I had a bunch of bottles because I was gonna do a bottle at Nora's party, but then there was just too many kids and it wasn't the scene or whatever, so I took it home. But I had all my Russells pulled out to pick a Russells to do, and so I put that one back in the cabinet because I saved that for another special day or whatever. But I got a couple that I pulled out tonight that my wife and daughter are on vacation, so having a good time down in the Carolinas, and so
I heard Nora was chasing seagulls on the beach,
yeah,
like crawling after them.
yep. No, that was cute as all get out, dude. Chasing the seagulls on the beach. I don't know what she would have done if she'd have caught it, but I think she would have tried to figure it out.
Probably cried. The seagull probably would have packed her.
Yeah, yeah, they're miserable, so I'm
Oh
real
well, maybe
surprised.
she would have won.
Yeah,
Dragged it down, cooked it up for dinner.
there you go. I think so.
A little seagull kebab.
Mm-hmm.
So what you said Outer Banks
Yeah.
over there?
Yep.
I always like the Outer Banks. I've been to
I've never
Florida. I've
been.
been to a few different beaches. Myrtle Beach. I always like that. I like the Outer Banks, I think.
Yeah, I've
Um,
never been to the Outer Banks. I've been to Myrtle. That's not Outer
Myrtle.
Banks, so
I've been to Clearwater, Florida, Florida Keys. I think Outer Banks more my style.
yeah, that's
It's not
pretty.
as it's not as busy and it's not as it's more of like a redneck beach party in the Outer Banks.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
It's definitely pretty. I mean, you know, I mean
Oh yeah,
it's
the dunes out there and
yeah, the dunes and it's a little bit warmer than here.
yeah.
So, but yeah, they're having a good time down there for that. So, and I go pick them up at the airport very, very late tomorrow night. So,
Oh, they're coming back tomorrow.
mm-hmm.
I thought they were coming back weekend.
Mm-hmm. No, Hannah's got an event she's got to do Friday.
Well,
So,
live it up now, Ben.
that's what I'm doing. Having a whiskey. Why not? So, yep. Been out. I went out shed hunting this afternoon. Took Bear with me. Of course, he found a dead fawn and rolled in it. So I gotta give him a bath tonight too.
Mhm.
You know.
Our dogs are a muddy mess because Liza took them to the barn.
Yeah.
Dropped her off. So
Sounds about right.
it's a little different now that we got a golden retriever. She's got the longer hair. It gets extra muddy. It's like a muddy mop in
Mm-hmm.
your house. Where with like the labs, it would just be like where they shake or their paw prints.
Yep.
But with this dog,
Like fine hair, it almost kind of wicks off.
but with this dog,
It's like a freaking.
it's a mud mop.
It's a dirty mud mop everywhere. But yeah. No, I'm wondering where everybody's at tonight. I know we started a little late. We
Wow, we've been throwing. We were on Thursday last week. We didn't give no one a heads up.
Yep. Yeah, so it was very brief, but
They'll tune in.
yep, we had the like I said, shed hunting today. Was able to get a couple things up and actually put up a video for some shed tips, but we could talk about some of the shed tips. I think that's a good first topic for shed hunting, actually.
Yeah.
Um, to dive into
Get
like
out there and walk around.
miles for piles, I think is what I've always
Miles
said.
for piles.
Yep. So, with the shed hunting, biggest thing is, doing some of your scouting, you know, to know where the deer are in the wintertime. Um, I guess, one little caveat I'll say to the shed hunting tip is just where you find that shed isn't necessarily where you're going to find that buck come fall. He could change completely for food source, pressure, or both. It doesn't always end up being where you kill that deer. Um, you know, I've only.
I mean, mostly where you find them. We were talking about this earlier, is in that thicker bedding.
Hmm. Yeah, we were talking about that on the phone because, I was like, well, I didn't find any sheds today when I was talking to Nate. And Nate's like, well, you got to plant more food, dig more ponds. And well, I said, it's funny you say that, dude. I said, I think there's only been a couple years where we found more than 4 or 5 in the food. Most of them we find in the cover adjacent to food. But there's also food in there. There's browse and stuff like that. I find more in like browse areas than I do in
I think it
like
has.
fields.
Do you think it has something to do with the um, thickness of it, and like the antlers are getting pinged on stuff? Like
Oh, I'm sure.
probably help them pop off.
I'm sure. Yeah, there's extra contact with brush and other stuff. Even if it's going through honeysuckle and berry bushes. I mean, if they're getting ready to pop, you rub something against it like that. I think that definitely could, get them to pop off a little bit more.
You think the deer know when it's gonna pop and they try and get it off?
I've heard people say that, maybe they start to get itchy because everybody's seen like the videos of that buck shaking his head and then all of a sudden they
Yeah.
pop off and stuff like that. Um, you know, or they pop one side off and they're trying to like shake the other side off too. Um, I've only ever found a couple side by side, you know. I'm trying to think of which ones. Found 8 balls side by side. I found one and my buddy found the other. As he was walking over to me, because I'm like, "Oh, dude, look at this big shed," and he's like, "You must have about tripped over this one," because it was about 10 feet behind me. Other than that, dude, I've found them, 100 yards apart, but they dropped a week apart. That one that Holmes killed, 6, 8 years ago, Charlie Brown, I found his. He dropped a week apart, dude, but they were less than 100 yards apart,
Mm-hmm.
and they weren't. And again, here's another tip: he wasn't even close really to where I thought he was. I thought he was going to be on a property to the south that I can't hunt that because I had him coming on and off of that piece. I don't have permission to shed hunt that, but I had a lot of pictures of him coming on and off of that with both sides, then one side, then back and forth with one side a couple times. And I'm like, shoot, I said, I'm never going to find him. I said, he's dropping him over there on that piece I can't, go shed hunt. And then, was it the second time out, we picked them up, picked one up on the one pass, and then we came back for another pass, and they were probably within 120 yards of each other. You know,
Mm-hmm.
um, both in thick cover, actually, right where the pond project's going in. That's where we found those. So, which we'll get into that that whole thing too. But keeping on the shed hunting, um,
Brian's project.
yeah, yeah, that would be next topic we can lead into. But for the sheds, um, you really only got the two pieces now. The one where we had that really
Yeah.
killer day, that's not really on the table anymore.
Nope.
So, um, but oh, and we got the lease.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe this weekend, take a ride out there. We'll see what the
we
schedule
keep
looks
saying
like.
that.
Maybe I'll just drive out there and walk around. I could actually leave Owen napping in the truck and go walk that.
Yeah. Um, but no, we got to get out there, get cameras pulled. Just about a good chunk of the ones that the farmer pulled out now to um, regroup or whatever for the off season. But I got tool a couple back up to go back out for turkeys. Actually found a camera out today that I put out in, what was it, 2022? I put out during bow season. Must have been I put out on some hot sign. And then I think I know why I killed. What deer did I kill in 22? I'm trying to think. That was 23. Was Hornet and St. Patrick.
I don't know if you did in 22.
Was 22 the year that I didn't kill?
There was one in the past 5 years.
No, I killed early. Maybe it was Bud. No, Bud was 20.
I think it was the year you did.
Might have been Wybuck. I don't know. I gotta go back. Gosh, they all blur together. Because I killed early. It was the year the Three Stooges were still around. Because Curly, Larry, and Moe, because we looked at the camera and Nate's like, that's a good deer. And then we looked at the next picture and Nate's like, that's a big fucking deer. It was Moe, the year that Hank killed him. So, I guess what happened the year before Curly? Was that the double year? Yeah, that had to have been the year that I. Maybe it was the year that I tagged Hornet early. Yeah, it was. So that was 22. Because that would have been 22, Curly was 23, and then these two were 24. Yep, so that was it. So it was 21 was the year I didn't tag one.
Nah.
That's what it was. 22 was the year, or 23 was the year you didn't tag one.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I killed Hornet early, that's what it was. And then I remember that Moe was all over the farm during bow season. And, went and got himself killed. So, yeah, happens. But
it is what it is.
Yeah, it's like seeing a ghost. And then we saw Dono when he was just a little pup.
2 years old.
Yeah, 2-year-old or maybe 3. I think he was 2 though. I think I killed him this year at 4. But so that was cool. Again, I'm just walking out. I'm actually shooting the video that's on YouTube. You guys can go watch it. And I'm walking out and I go, huh, there's a camera there. And I'm like, it's one of mine.
It's all grown into the tree.
It's grown into the tree. I bent the frickin' screw pulling it out. I can't unscrew the screw in from it. But, yep. So, other than that, shed hunt where the deer are. A couple other tips is wait till, I usually say 80 to 90% of the deer have shed out, which is where we're at. We've been that way for a week or two now.
Let's see, get rid of the snow.
Now we're just waiting for the snowpack. I know there's a lot of guys that go out there and shed hunt in the snow, and I mean, if you have public ground or ground that you share permission on, stuff like that, where you got to get out and beat somebody to it, I see a little bit more, I guess, merit in that, so to speak. Getting out there and beating brush, but I think waiting, you do yourself a better service. And there's a lot of other projects you can do right now. You can frost seed some of our, food plot mix. We got a whole bunch of it available for whatever you're looking for.
Now, what mix is that you gave away?
I'm going to do viewer's choice.
Oh, okay.
Yep, so we'll tease that back in. We're doing a giveaway tonight. Drop in a comment to be entered to win. Could be as simple as, hey guys, what's up? But we're doing a 3-part giveaway for the 60th anniversary, 60th episode.
60th anniversary. 60 years.
60th anniversary episode.
Jesus.
Tonight. So we're giving away a Bushnell trophy cam, brand new in the box, because Nate said I can't give away any more used cameras.
No one takes them. They don't come and get them.
I know. 2 of them went back out in the woods.
Just give them to me.
I will. I got a whole box of cameras in there. I got a whole bin. Yeah, so we're giving away a viewer's choice of food plot seed, perennial mixes, a trophy cam, and an engraved 100-proof knife. So viewer's choice as we draw them. So if you comment in to get entered, tune back in when we draw them right around that 1 hour mark, and we'll go with it. So Actually, that's what I was gonna do. I was gonna put a new banner up. So, what's your shed hunting tips, Nate?
Yeah,
That you
I didn't
like to
really
look
start
for?
shed hunting until I hung out with you. Honestly, I just go out and walk around a little bit, look. But I mean, mostly how I shed hunt is pretty much what I learned from you. But if you can get a couple buddies together and actually spread out 30 feet exactly, 20,
Just
20,
kidding.
20 feet exactly. No. Stay in formation
Yep.
and walk through the woods. You got to have, kind of like you're marching into battle. You got to have your, what do they call him, your captain.
Yep.
You got to have him out there if anybody gets out of formation to yell at you. And then you just grid walk the entire property. You'll
Yeah.
probably find something.
Yeah. I think that's that's the other thing. We break it down to grid it, just because of the thickness, really, of ours. Really is what the limiting factor of that is.
Yeah,
You
vision.
know, your visual sight planes that you can't. And there's spots where 20 feet's not enough, and there's spots where 20 feet. We say 20 feet. That's just Nate's running joke with me is, when he gets a little bit out or kind of loops a little bit or whatever, it's like 20 feet. So,
I'm always picking on Ben.
yeah. So I don't really yell at him. I yell at my dog, but I don't yell at Nate. Um, but
But
no,
the biggest shed that was found last year was by someone who was shed hunting with us and went 100 feet off course, and they found the biggest shed. So you know what? Just go out there and wander around,
it
and
was
whatever you think,
it was
just
like,
stick to some deer trails, and you'll
and
probably
it was
find
the
some.
first time they'd ever been out shed hunting too.
Wow, beginner's luck. It's like bringing the person out fishing for the first time.
Yep, and they catch a once in a lifetime
Yeah,
fish.
you're like, ugh.
I do find it funny that whereabouts he found that. Again, we don't know because we lost him. We're waiting at the end of our line to turn around to come back, and we can't find
Yeah,
him.
we're all headed south. He went east. We don't know how he went east, but he went east.
And the apple trees are pretty much in rows,
You
so you
just
just
follow the
follow your
lines of the
rows.
trees.
Yep,
Somehow he went east.
yep. So, um,
It was
so
the deer gods directing him to it.
yep.
They
So
chose him.
yep, yep. And then the deer guides paved that deer to a kid. He
And the
knew
deer
Caesar
gods were like, this kid,
is gonna kill this deer.
he worked so hard for this deer. And he's 12 years old. We're going to give him this
Yeah,
160-inch deer.
yeah. I haven't put a tape to him yet. I want to actually.
James!
I got to get over there and, um, you know.
Some guys are using dogs to find sheds nowadays, too.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, Ben's got one.
I got Bear, but it didn't help me today. He
He's,
found that he found that dead fawn and rolled in it though. So,
yeah.
but yeah, we do. We go out with Bear. Bear was running with us last year. I think he found one or two. Was a little light last year. I think the sheds were really spread out. This year, I think it's going to be more like the normal when we find the pocket where the deer are hanging when they're dropping. Typically, we drop sometime between the first and third week of February is when most of our bucks drop. Looking by the cameras, and it was the same thing this year. So, wherever they're kind of staged up at that point, wherever food source they're on is where we're going to find them. Or we won't find them because they went to the neighboring piece. But um, there's only there's one buck in particular that I hope I find his sheds. I don't think I'll find his sheds. I think I'm going to find him dead. I've had a dream about this deer
Oh, jeez.
3 times now.
Had a dream.
3 times I've had a dream about this deer. I've found him in all 3 dreams dead, but just like you see on like Facebook or whatever, he's tangled up in an alder tree and he freaking was rubbing it and got hung up in it, and I find him dead in that tree.
You have some pretty vivid dreams there.
Well,
How do you even know it's an alder tree?
it's the way it
up,
is.
Because you walked up and you're like, that deer's in an alder tree.
I'm gonna cut that down now.
Man, that tree's gonna get cut down.
No, I would probably. I think if I did ever find a
You gotta be
deer,
careful that you're gonna manifest something.
dude, I'm telling you, I've had a dream about it three different times. I've had a dream that that deer, I find him dead in a freaking alder tree, tangled up in it. From rubbing it or whatever.
How high?
About 2.5, 3 foot off the ground.
I was gonna say, if it's like 20 foot, you're getting a little unrealistic here.
No, no, no. Dan Festa looking to win. Dan, you got a good shot at it tonight.
And you got a 50-50 shot right now to win it
No,
all.
he's got 100% chance. We're giving away 3 times.
What do you mean?
There's only 2 people have commented in. There's 3 prizes.
Oh, I thought it was a bundle. All right, there you go.
I think we're gonna give it away to 3 different folks.
3 different folks.
Viewers' choice.
3 listeners.
Well,
James, Dan, and
my mom's
Ben's
not.
mom.
Yeah, tuning in from North Carolina. Yeah, so Dan's looking to win. All right,
Dan's
Dan.
always looking to win.
Dan's looking to win. Has he? I don't think Dan's ever won anything. He didn't win the used camera.
He was in it a lot. He hasn't
Yeah,
won. Sam's in.
Sam's in to win. All right. Well, there you go, Dan. Now you got a 1-in-1 shot.
Dan, you're down to whatever the hell it is.
That's 100. It's 100% chance hit still.
You're gonna win something.
Yeah. So we got and we're gonna do viewers pick, and if you don't, then we're gonna give it to the next person, and then you'll get whatever's left at the end. So if you guys are tuning in when we draw at the 1 hour mark, you can comment in for what you want. We're gonna draw them in order. You comment what you want, and then give them away. That way you get what you want.
I mean,
there's a trail camera there. There's a seed, and then you got a freaking 100-proof engraved knife.
Beautiful knife.
1 in 10.
Beautiful.
1 in 10.
1 in 10.
Tommy Jones says I'm here.
I should have numbered them. I guess
Yeah,
I still could.
that could have been it.
I still could number them.
So even if you don't win the 100-proof knife, we do have
like NWTF knives. You number them. You get the whole set.
I'm gonna buy them all.
I want them all.
I want
the whole set.
Yeah,
that's something Bo would do.
Yeah, but nope. So we have the 100-proof knives. Those will be for
Nice.
sale if you don't win the 100-proof knife tonight, or if you do win tonight and want to buy another one. We also have shirts getting made up, so we'll have those as well. We do have seed for sale. Taking pre-orders for the Nebraska mix for the fall plots, but we have perennial mixes here for the spring. Perennial clover mix, biennial clover mix, straight chicory, and then we have like a nitro boost or a 6-shooter boost. So, yeah,
Man,
a lot of stuff going on.
Thinking about everything we have going on. Are we gonna plan on doing the chicken barbecue again?
We'll probably have to regroup on that after Shedfest. So,
chicken barbecue would have to be out of pocket at that point. Well, I don't know. We got to see how much we recoup from everything.
I think we'll be good.
Knives, shirts.
I think we'll be good.
Because March 15th.
March 15th, runnings.
Shedfest,
And
April 15th.
14th.
Second.
We just got that one dropped on us. That's a brand new date. 13th. Jeez. 13th. April 13th in Livonia.
April 13th.
We'll be putting out posts and stuff about this stuff. So yeah, we'll be taking over the Shedfest at the brewery in Livonia. Solitude Brewing. And gonna help the Pertinier guys take that, take a little bit off their plate.
We're partnering with the Pertinier guys more or less.
Yep, they got the venue already booked up. We're just kind of organizing and helping line up some sponsors, and we'll do some raffle baskets probably and stuff like that, and have a good time with it. So I'm sure the Huntworks folks will probably do some stuff. We could reach out to like Heritage Runnings even. Try to get some little baskets together or some prizes for the thing. Maybe we'll do the grand prize from 100 Proof or something. We'll probably do a swag pack. I'll probably do some stuff from Whitetail Properties. It'll be a good day. And it's fun. It's at a brewery. Be a good time. Always is, And even if you don't, I don't think we're going to do heaviest bag like they did last year. Because we had a guy show up, dude. He had like a tote bigger than that, dude. Like a 40-gallon freaking tote. And it was heaped up. He shed hunts suburban buffalo. And it was I forget. He had like 70 or
Yeah,
something.
but I mean, how do you know that guy just didn't bring a bunch of
Well,
prior years?
that's always how we've done it is honor system,
Honor system.
Um, so we'll, I'll be there scoring sheds like we always do in deadheads. Um, I think like we talked about, we'll probably have ask Jim Wilkes if he's willing to build a shed lamp again.
Talking
Um,
to Northeast, to talk to Andy.
yeah, see if Northeast, a couple of
Northeast probably
guys,
sponsor us.
yeah, do something. Free entry to the
We could
biggest
talk to
deadhead or
them.
something like that or whatever.
Yeah,
You know, or
I bet
biggest
you.
shed. I
Yeah,
think you can enter single sheds too. I don't think it has to be a
Big Buck
match.
Club would probably sponsor it.
Yep. Yeah. We'll
Or
pick
Andy.
around. So, I want to make sure we don't miss anybody.
Well, we could donate. You're a scorer, so we just pay for it out of our pocket.
Yeah, we could do that.
We could donate a free score.
Yep. So we got Tommy Jones. We got Sam oh, Cole Grove. I think I spelled that right. Sam, sorry if I didn't.
Dan,
We got Dan Festa.
Uncle Fester,
We're gonna draw it first with just Dan's name on it to make sure that he wins. Uh, and then James.
James.
James is the guy you work with, right?
Yeah.
Oh, James, I am not gonna spell your last name right. Banatine. I think I
He's a
spelled
local
it right.
guy. He lives out near Geneva, I believe.
Gotcha. Yep. So I think I spelled it right. James. Sorry if I didn't. But yeah, so shed hunting tips. Can't say I'm that good at giving tips because I didn't find one today. But um, wait till that snow goes away.
So I guess we could talk about. James brought up the dog. Like, how would you train a dog
Yeah. So
to find sheds?
yeah. So that was always Bear's reward or whatever. And the big thing is if you have any displayed in your house and you have a dog that's trained for it, the ones that you care about and you don't want chewed and stuff like that, put them out of reach of the dog or put them someplace else so they don't get gnawed up. Because you'll come back and find one and you'll be like, oh, you know.
Do you think that those I don't know, plastic or rubber antlers with the scent drip thing,
Hmm.
you can buy them at Ronnie's or Bass Pro. Do you think they work?
Yeah, I like the dog bone system. Um, Jeremy, I can't remember his last name. That came up with that system with the dog bone. I have sent if anybody needs or wants anything. I like it's like in a deodorant stick. It's like a waxy one. That one holds up a lot better. Um, the biggest thing is getting them to visually recognize it and recognize that it's something that results in a reward, whether that's food based or it's praise based. Bear wasn't big on food based encouragement, but he was huge on getting pets and the baby talk and all that. Whatever for his reward, that's what was his motivation for it. Now he's more food based, so like when he brought me, I mean, he did find like a couple things like a shoulder blade today, and then he found that dead fawn and stuff like that. So he was,
Rolled in it.
yeah, he rolled in it, but he still had a recovery. It wasn't specifically an antler, but when he brings a bone, especially picks it up and brings a bone over to me, specifically doing that retrieve, I want to encourage that good behavior. Um, the other thing that with bear and with most dogs typically is bear works well when there's not another dog there. If there's another dog there, it's all play, and he can't focus in. So if your dog is a social dog with other dogs, it might be hard to keep them on track and focused if you're going out there with a bunch of folks and a couple dogs. Bear does really good with other people. Working in between people, he kind of zigzags between them, and then somebody will be walking in the group and he'll be like, "Oh, Bear brought me one," or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So, um, but yeah, big thing is just start them when they're young, when they're a puppy. I like introducing small ones like spikes or something like that when they're little, something that they can't like get excited and play with and like poke themselves and make a bad memory with that. So the rubber ones are very good for that. Um, and for a lot of like the retriever training part of it for bringing back the shed, I use the rubber one traditionally. Because you know, Bear, when he's chasing a ball, he bulldozes it when he chases after it to like retrieve it or bring it back or
You don't
whatever.
want it to
You don't want to
stab himself.
stab them, injure them, and or make a negative connotation with that. You want that to always be fun, always be, the reward is, finding that antler and then letting them play with it a little bit, chew with it, throw it up in the air, play with it and stuff like that too. Don't just
Yeah.
pick up and go.
You
And
know, I mean, it's like women do to us.
big thing is keeping them happy and keeping them fed. And you take that with a grain of salt for what it is. But yeah, that's kind of my steps I've done with it. I don't think Bear's the best shed dog out there, but I think he does pretty well. He picks up a handful every year. He does pretty good. And does he walk over some? Sure, but I'm sure we walk over a bunch too. But you know, it's it's cool. Bear's the second dog I've had for a shed dog. I had a black and tan coonhound mix. The problem with Sadie was she would trash on deer and go.
Forever.
And 3 hours later, oh, we found her 2 country blocks away, walking down the side of the road, kind of deal. So that's why, and it didn't matter, dude. You could have a buzz collar on her and freaking leveler. No, it didn't matter. When she got into that chase mode, Coonhound took over and it was all over. So Bear's pretty good with that. We bumped a couple deer out today. He got a little excited for a second, but then he stops and he looks back at me. And then when he turns back toward the deer, that's when I'll give him like a little, like probably a 3 or a 4 on the buzz to make him second guess that. You know, but this is the first time out this year. I mean, we haven't even done any yard training or whatever. You know, but like we'll be here in the house and he'll go to the basket or find one sitting around somewhere that we were talking around with, or maybe Nora hauled a couple out of the basket and we're playing with it. He'll find one, bring it over to you, and no matter if we're out in the woods or not, we still praise and we still tell him good boy and stuff like that whenever he brings one to us. So
Repetition and reward.
yep, just like any kind of retriever. I think that's the big thing for shed dogs and stuff like that. So um, maybe that's
And taking them out with an experienced
maybe we could see if Runnings would
shed dog.
donate something like that, like one of their dog bone kits or something. That'd be a cool little, prize giveaway or whatever.
Yeah, we can talk to them when we're there in March.
Yeah, so if anybody is interested in sponsoring the Shed Fest, if it's an outdoor product or a sportsman product in general, I know they've done like that one year they had a guy that did like gas and fuel treatments. He gave away a bunch of like fuel treatment samples and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, motorsport stuff. I'm gonna reach out to the Upper Genesee uh, QDMA branch because they're the only real local one around anymore to see if they'd be interested in showing up there like they do usually. I got to talk to Sean anyway and see what they're gonna do for corn and beans this year, or not. So for conservation seed, but yeah, it's 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 gonna be a good time. It's gonna be a little bit of extra work for us, but all in all, the venue's done. We got no out of pocket for it, so to speak, and it's not a book date already for anything else we got going on. So
Yeah, that's pretty cool that Billy got a hold of it.
hmm Yep, and I've been asking them, hey, is there anything we can do to, help out or whatever? Is there anything you need or, and I texted him, a little while ago, and then he, called me today and said, "How you doing?" And I was like, "Well, Then we got talking about it, and he's like, I just got a lot on my plate right now. He's like, if you guys want to, kind of take point on it, he's like, have at it. He's like, you got the platform of the podcast, and we haven't been doing as many episodes lately. He's like, so, take point on it and lead on it with you guys, and 100 proof pert near shed fest. Pert near 100 proof shed fest.
Mm-hmm.
Pert near 100 proof. There you go.
Pert near 100 proof.
Yep.
Just like Russell's.
And maybe it made an appearance last year. Probably make an appearance this year. We'll do maybe a pert near 100 proof maple finished. I gotta get a new barrel though.
New barrel? What's wrong with that barrel?
It's leaking.
Oh.
She's retired. She finally gave out. Two
I
years. She
thought
had a
the
good
more you
go.
did with them, the more they swell.
Yeah, well, that one had a seep turn up in it.
Well, you just like you leave your deer antlers, you leave them down here, you put it right next to
That's
dehumidifier.
probably part of it. Sucking the moisture out of it and made a hole in it.
You
Yeah.
gotta put it back there by the piss crock.
I'm sure my wife was watching going, "Urgh."
There you
Yeah.
go.
Yeah, so what else we got going? Um,
Pond project.
the pond project. We got a whole big project going on at the farm right now. We got a mini excavator for a couple of weeks, maybe longer. Depends on how long it takes for the stuff to dry out.
It was pretty soupy yesterday.
It was a little soupy yesterday. I'm sure it's more soupy today.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but
I was actually excited when I walked out of the house this morning at like 5:30,
hmm
and it was raining. Oh my God, it's warm and raining. It's
yeah,
not snow.
yeah. And then they're talking 60 again next week for a couple day stretch, which is probably going to wreck the maple syrup production, from what I've been told and understand. That's not good for the trees to get up that high in temperature. Stops the sap run early. Um, but speaking of that, also gonna be at the Maple Weekend at Everson's over here. I'm gonna do a kids table talking about like wildlife, deer, that kind of stuff.
That's cool.
So I think my mom's probably gonna help me out with that. Um, and that is the last weekend in March. So I knew there was something that I've been forgetting. So be over there. Everson's Pure Maple Products is the name of their Facebook page if anybody wants to check it out. But it's Maple Weekend. It's pretty big. They usually get, I think they get like 1,000 people or more through it.
Everson's is well known.
Yep. And that's Saturday, March 29th and Sunday, March 30th. Like I said, I'll be there. I have a little kids activity table set up. Um, talking about animals, deer in the woods. They'll be shed up. Probably if the weather cooperates, I'll probably bring Jeff, because I'm sure the kids will love to see Jeff.
My name's Jeff.
Yep, and take their pictures with it. Mom says listening from North Carolina.
Uh-huh. So they did hear it.
Brian's all bummed.
Yeah, Brian's bumming Terry that he can't use your iPad.
Yeah, to watch the
Or
episode
tablet.
tonight. Yep. So
Poor Brian, he's sitting at home in the dark,
with Penny,
hungry,
with Becky,
no Mountain Dew.
I'm sure he's doing fine. The last couple days I've been over there running the mini X, dude, I've been eating like a king for lunch. I get up there, it's like 3, 4 courses, and you know all that stuff. So yeah, pond project's on a little bit of a hold at the moment. It's got a little bit too wet. I'm trying to drain it off. I got some slip ditches cut into it to try to keep it draining, and just a lot of material, dude. You know, I had it in a good shape and position, and then my dad came down and he's like, "Make it 3 times bigger than that."
You get 3 times. That's a lot.
And I'm like, so not only do you have to take the material that like I have like nice banked up and like spread out nice, I have to move all that material off the top and then dig down and then move all that material out, and you have to handle it like 5 times, to get it out and away. So we'll see if we can get a dozer in there maybe to finish it off and spread it out a little bit. Um, but it's coming along. We got a couple other things to knock in. Trails are all going to get redone and pluck out the non-desirables, the buckthorn, honeysuckles along the way. So we got the 3 main trails. We got a couple new trails going in because we're looking at having a timber harvest done, a select cut at the farm. So we'll have a couple of the trails get put in with the skidder for that, because be able to get stuff in and out. But There's one other possible food plot project. There's one other pond location that's not as wet.
Mm-hmm.
So there's stuff to keep that mini busy.
Oh
It's
yeah,
just getting out of the soupy the soupy spot. We lost our freeze in the ground.
yeah.
So but it's all good. It's all good. So um, do you want to be entered into the contest tonight, Mom? I don't know.
Don't,
I don't know if I don't know if she heard that. But
Terry, you don't have to be sorry. I was just messing.
yeah, no, we're just
I was just picking.
yeah.
I
So
hope you're having fun down there in North Carolina. It looks like you are.
yeah, the pictures and stuff. Everybody looks like they're having a blast. Nora's having a blast. She's chasing seagulls, going to the aquarium, and all
We went
sorts
to
of
the
fun stuff.
aquarium when we went.
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably the same one.
We took the boat out to Ocracoke Island too. That was a lot of fun. There's an island with a big lighthouse on it.
Oh, that sounds neat.
Ooh, we got a seed guy. Aaron.
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 Yep. Seed's ready. And actually, you're entered to win tonight. You might win yourself some seed, Aaron. So, yes, seed's ready. We have four different legume mixes. We have a all perennial clover with chicory. We have a straight chicory. We have the nitro fix, which is biennial clovers and a little bit of chicory. And then we have a six pack, which has perennials, biennials, and chicory in it. Six different legumes. So whole bunches. We got it in quarters, halves. We'll measure it for your plot size, and yeah.
He's on the Milo train.
Oh, need some Milo. I'm waiting to hear back from my seed guy. I haven't heard anything back from him. I think we can get it. I talked to him earlier, but I need to verify. But Milo's the new thing. Milo's the sexy crop of the year.
Yeah.
Um, so we'll put Aaron on here. Uh, two A's. You got two A's.
I have a good idea for you
What's that?
and your corn plots.
Milo?
No. So on the west side, you have two corn plots.
Mm-hmm.
Do one Milo, one corn. See what's favorable.
Just put it down the middle.
Or that. See what they're doing what in and what they're
Mm-hmm.
doing in each one.
That's fair. I could dig that. Do a little side by side corn and Milo.
Because I'm not sold on the Milo. I think it's a hype train.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I think it. I mean,
Especially around here. We're all ag.
I've planted.
Everything's ag. You know how much
Yeah.
corn there is?
Mm-hmm.
You really think Milo's going to work?
Well, I think it has a place in drier fields, a little bit poor soil conditions. I think it does have less input cost, I guess, than corn, for the Milo. So I think there's some advantageous parts of it there. I just think that the birds are going to eat it before the deer really start utilizing it. Because I've planted, uh, I think Mossy Oak had it. It was called, I think, Whistleback. It was for like bob whites and doves and stuff like that, and that was heavy in Milo. Um, so, and I can't say the deer didn't eat it, but I saw them more browsing some of the leaves and stuff like that in the summer off and on. I saw more in there browsing it than the seeds. And then once the seeds came in, it
But
was all
they're saying there's different colored Milos, and they're saying
true.
the red is like
That's
the
that's
Milo.
that's the sweet one.
That's the king of Milo.
Hmm. So, um, I thought about, if I can't get it from my seed guy, I know Northwoods Whitetail is just carrying Milo. They've always got good seed. That's where we get our screening from.
I'm gonna do
Anyway,
a test plot at your place with it.
yeah,
Ryan's probably not gonna let me, but
I bet he will. Just bring Owen along. Yeah, Nate and Owen came over yesterday.
Owen got to go for a ride on his favorite thing in the entire world. Ben was trying to scoop dirt, but it wasn't the excavator. Ben was trying to scoop dirt, and Owen's standing there running the levers to move the track back and forth. So Ben's trying to scoop, and Owen's moving the thing back and forth. And then Ben's like, "Don't hit that. That's the windshield wipers." And Owen hits it, and turns out it's the pin lock on the bucket. So the bucket fell off.
Right in the middle of a soupy freaking pile.
So Brian was telling Owen that he's got to pay for that 20 minutes it took. Get the bucket back in.
It didn't take 20 minutes. It took maybe 3. And that was
More than 3.
trying
10,
to dig it
10,
out. I had to catch
10,
it with the hook. Okay, whatever.
10.
Send Owen the bill.
Yeah, man.
But actually, we were
Send the bill.
talking. I remember telling Owen, I was like, "Hey, buddy," I said, I said, right up there. That's where your mom killed her deer over here.
Mhm.
You know, we're right down below the first trail blind.
He was too worried about getting the mud off the excavator, but he did acknowledge it.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So, yeah, we got that pond going in. I don't know. What do you think it is right now? Like, I guess counting like the loop or whatever. It's probably
A
a.
little bigger in your basement.
I was gonna say it's probably.
Actually, if you did the whole basement, it's probably about the size of your basement.
So I'm thinking it's maybe a quarter acre-ish. Not quite.
Not quite a quarter acre. Maybe,
Tenth quarter.
maybe, yeah, I would say like an eighth, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Brian's all excited about Goose Shit Island.
Dude, he was so pissed when I told him I was leaving that. I'm like, dude, you know how hard it's gonna be to take that fucking willow tree out that's on it? So I was like, I'm just gonna leave it.
He's like, "Ah, Ben left an island out there. All it's gonna be on there, a bunch of geese." Like, and then he goes on to tell you how, he, he doesn't want to build his property just specific for whitetails. He wants it for all critters.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I'm sure
It's
there'll be.
like it's gonna be the island of misfit toys. Like
I'm sure.
everything and everybody is accepted here.
I'm sure we'll put a little. There'll be like a wood duck box out there. Maybe we'll put like a little.
You should talk to my grandfather. He's into it's like his hobby is building bird, owl, bat, duck houses.
Well, that was what I was gonna say. Is the one wood duck box we have on the.
He just charges material. He'll build you stuff.
Yeah, that's cool. I might have to hit him up. But the one wood duck box we have on the main pond when you come up the laneway by the camp, that one always has screech owls that nest in it.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
He made me an owl box. You've seen it in my barn.
Mm-hmm.
He made me a little screech owl box. I'm gonna go hang it up at my hunting spot.
Yep. Yeah, they've always liked that spot over the pond there, that screech owl, that post. But yeah, definitely the boxes will probably get put in next year. Well, I don't know. We could drop the boat in over there. Pretty easy to get to now. But I think we're gonna.
Brian's flat bottom.
Yeah, but I cleaned out that nice little island that was not the island in the water, but that island of brush and stuff. Owen watched me take down a couple trees.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I made sure he was out of the cab and away from danger when I was taking that down. I was like, "Hey, oh, I'm gonna take these trees down." Okay. And he starts coming back over. I'm like, "Nah, you can go over there with Dad and Brian, and I'm gonna take these down. You're gonna watch from a distance, tipping them over and stuff like that. Because even though you're careful, dude, you never know. If it spins back right, comes back toward the cab. Um, but yeah, so." Yeah, Aaron, I'll let you know on the Milo, when I know. But I might just hit up Northwoods and, put that
When
order
we
in when I get.
know about Milo, we will let you know.
Mm-hmm.
Did it rhyme correctly?
I do like that. Milo,
You know, Milo.
Milo. That's right. Um, but yeah. And then, oh, dude, it's a good time right now to get your cameras, in, go through them, get the batteries out of them. Don't let them get all, let the batteries blow up and get all seepy on them.
Yeah. That's
But
what mine are doing right now out there.
yeah, probably the lease cameras are all freaking battery acid running out of them everywhere. Um, the other things, dude, is habitat
We're
cutting.
cheap and we run alkaline.
Yeah, well, can't.
Can't afford that.
I can't even keep them all straight.
Well, you got 50 of them. It's hard to do.
I said 40 on the video.
4 different properties.
Yeah, 5. I think 5 now.
I bet you it still works.
I bet you it does. I just got to get that screw out of the bottom. They're Exodus.
Nah, para.
I mean, they last so good that they.
Pliers get that out.
Yeah, I mean, they last so good that they went out of business.
Yeah,
They still are like my favorite cameras.
You buy one, it's like forever.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Literally now. It's yours forever.
Well, we're pushing that 1 hour mark. Let's
Do the giveaway.
Last call. Once we hit 58, we're gonna spin the wheel.
Yep.
So if anybody's tuning in and you want to get in on the giveaway for the camera, food plot seed, or the pocket knife, text in 100 proof or
Yep. Drop
whatever.
a comment in, be like in to win, whatever.
Yeah.
Anything.
Hey,
But,
hi.
um,
Don't matter.
but this
Like and subscribe.
Keith got me that bottle. That's pretty good. That's that Russell Century pick.
Century.
Century.
That's
Century
100-year-old
Liquors.
whiskey?
No, Century Liquors. That's up in East Rochester, maybe?
Non-chill.
Oh, yeah. That Russell's Barrel Select, dude. That's... I mean, if you can't tell, that Russell's is my jam. I have a few.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Brendan Calder, commented in, says, "This is Adele, Nate. You are sexy."
Powder, what's up, man? Adele. Funny story there, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Adele is into win.
Yeah, he's a friend of Beth and Ian's.
Oh,
Well, he's
yeah.
my friend too. But
Gotcha. Adele is on the.
Great.
Adele is into win. Adele is tuning into our show.
So I called my sister. I said, "Hey, are you guys home?" I said, "I'm gonna swing in," and they're like, "Yeah, we're here doing karaoke." So her and a bunch of her friends were over there,
Yeah.
and Adele came on the radio, which when you're doing karaoke, usually it's they don't have the actual artist singing.
Mm-hmm.
It's the person doing karaoke
Sure.
singing. But so it starts playing and Adele starts singing and I'm like, holy shit. I'm like, is that? And she's like, Brandon's singing. And I was like, is that Adele? Or is that Brandon? She goes, no, that's Adele. I was like, oh, and I got all confused. But
Yep. Of course, Bo says he's into win. He says, "I can use a cam."
it's not Exodus, Bo.
Yeah. It's a Bushnell Trophy cam, which those are bulletproof cameras. I think the one I had out this year took almost 20,000 pictures, and before it died, it was like 20 or 30,000. The thing was a little workhorse, so yeah, I got that one last year when it was on sale at Walmart, and you know, I haven't had a use to put it out because I've got so many of these, like Nate said.
Yeah.
So.
But Brandon, we got to meet up and talk football cards, man.
Mm-hmm.
So
So
got
who
the
was?
card show coming up. Ian
I
says
got.
you're all into it.
I got thinking. Who was the guy that we ran into at the sip and stroll that you knew was either from high school or somewhere else that was a big whiskey guy? Apparently, was a bigger guy with a beard.
Yeah, it was Austin Collette.
Gotcha. I knew you knew who it was.
Big barbecue whiskey guy.
Oh, he's a barbecue guy too.
Yeah, he was like doing some kind of barbecue thing in Buffalo for a while. But I think it sounded like he moved back.
Gotcha. All right, we're at that 1 hour mark. This is last call while I get the screen share going for this. So if you guys haven't got in yet, make sure you comment in to get entered in for a your choice food plot seed, Bushnell Trophy Cam, or a 100 proof engraved custom knife. We're giving away to 3 different people tonight. We're going to give away viewer's choice on the giveaway. So
I almost when I first read Brandon's comment, I thought it was spam.
all right, Bo's in, everybody's in. This is last call, as you can see. Don't mind the Deadpool commercial in the corner.
Deadpool's our main
I mean,
sponsor.
this is our free wheel of
Deadpool and
giveaway.
Ryan Reynolds really enjoy our content.
Yeah, you got Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds tuning in, and with Adele. So I mean,
And Adele.
you got it.
I mean,
So
they could donate something. That would be nice.
all right, so first name up, and this is
Put
first
Brandon
choice.
in there. He commented in.
Brandon, yeah, Adele. I wrote it as Adele.
Oh, Bo's in there.
Winner number 1, Sam.
Oh, bro! Congratulations.
Congratulations, Sam. What prize would you like to take?
You want the cell cam, food
If she's still
plot
tuning in.
seed, or
It's not a cell cam. Sorry. It's not a cell cam.
or
Trail
trail
cam.
cam,
What do you want, Sam?
or the knife?
First pick goes to Sam. All right. Well, Sam's commenting in if she's still tuning in. Number 2.
So we remove Sam.
Yep.
Or
Remove
she gonna
Sam.
win
You
them
can only
all?
win once. But Dan, you're still in.
Oh, Dan.
Spin it around.
Dan. What do you think Caleb would want? Probably the camera.
Oh. What do you want, Sam?
Oh. And she said, "What do you think Caleb would want?" I would say probably the camera.
Yeah. Camera. I don't know. The knife's not big enough for
Caleb prefers the
Bowie knife.
He's got a Crocodile Dundee knife. He brings deer hunting with him.
So
Caleb would probably want. If I had to guess for Caleb, it would probably be the cell cam, trail cam.
okay, camera then. Bo.
Camera's gone.
Camera's
Bo,
gone.
you get the knife or the seed?
Yep. And shipping is covered. So.
And Ben covers that.
Yep. Yep. Bo, what do you want, buddy? Sorry your camera's gone. I only got one of them. Otherwise, I'd give you a second one. All right.
I'll do the third one.
Do the third one.
Bo's mad.
Camera's gone. I don't get my camera.
Stupid knife.
All right. Dan. Poor Dan.
Poor Dan. He's got bad luck.
Bo says seed. So.
There you go.
Oh,
and the
knife goes to James.
James, I'll give you one tomorrow, man. I'll bring one into work tomorrow.
So congratulations to Sam getting the camera for Caleb. I think Sam's won like twice.
She might have.
Well, consistent viewers, Bo, Sam, James.
Dan.
These are the winners.
Dan.
Well, Dan. Gotta keep playing, Dan.
Sorry,
I don't
Dan.
know. I was bored.
Poor Dan.
Sorry, Dan.
I got a sweet tip up you can use.
Oh yeah, your custom tip up you built. That was pretty
Try
sweet.
getting Jesse to bring it out, but he got lazy and he wouldn't swing into my house and grab it.
Yep. So Jesse, is he feeling better? I see he's out cutting trees.
I guess.
But anyway. So yeah, so congratulations to Sam going home with the camera. Bo, seed heading your way. I still have your address, so I can send that out to you. If you do want any more, Bo, to add on for the order, let me know.
Viewer's choice, so Bo's got to let you know which one he wants.
Yep. So I have but I can message you. It is viewer's choice on the mix. So I just had this one handy, so that's the one I put up there. I have an all perennial mix. We'll give a last little food plot plug. I have the all perennial mix, which is 2 varieties of perennial white clover with chicory. There's the Nitro Boost, which is biennial clovers, medium red clover, and chicory in that mix. We have the 6-pack mix, which has all 6 different legumes in it. And these are all made to be frost seeded. And I'm missing one. What am I missing? The straight chicory. We have a straight chicory as well.
What about the 100 proof?
And then the 100 proof for the
we gotta
brass
come up with a different name for that.
Yep. Bulbs. I don't know.
Counterclop. That makes sense, Dan. If we did do that, you would definitely win.
I think so.
I think Dan runs on reverse time.
Yeah. Sorry, Dan.
Jinx.
Yeah. So yeah, Bo, I'll message you, and if you are interested in getting more, we can throw that in. If you order some, we can throw that in the same shipping, and get that over to you, because these are made to be frost seeded. I know you're probably dealing with a bit more snow than we are.
Unless you get the OG.
Yeah, and I won't have that until probably June.
If you get the OG, then you plant it in August.
Yep, August time frame. That's the Nebraska mix. So, all right, guys, I think that's gonna do it pretty much here for 100 proof. I think we got everything tonight. All the current events.
Yeah, I think we got more.
Seed, shirts.
You're throwing me for a loop with Shedfest here, so I gotta start doing some planning.
Yeah, we can do it.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
I got faith.
Well, all the hard work's really done. We just
the venues lined up, the dates picked.
we just gotta show up and do it.
If there's no prizes and we're just hanging out drinking beer,
we gotta promote it.
Yeah, we'll promote it.
Hannah drives us.
Yeah, we'll do fine. It'll be fine. So, all right, everybody. Thank you for helping us get to 60 episodes with 100 proof whitetails. We're closing in on probably 100 total between the two names, but we're gonna keep the episode tally going from just the 100 proof. So,
Mm-hmm.
thank you guys for everything. Congratulations to our winners. Dan, you're going to win, man.
One of these times.
Thank you for tuning in.
Yeah. Thanks, everybody.
So, catch you all next time.
See ya.
See ya.